Alrighty then, Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 380.
Getting a BookBub featured deal. It's still the golden standard of contacting new readers and making money. There's Stanley. He's got his baby Yoda. Looks like he's licking his paw. We did not go for a walk this morning because it is minus 27 right now, and I'm afraid that if I go out there, I won't come back, especially since there's a moose in the yard too. So, yeah, none of that works in my favor. All right, getting a BookBub featured deal. Applying for one, make sure you put yourself in the right category, and it's okay to not go after the top category. Like I have a thriller series that's not as much thrillery as it is action-adventure, and I went with an action-adventure category, and I was able to get a BookBub feature deal. Going for the thriller category, it's more expensive, and readers are looking for something very specific there. So just understand that there are multiple categories, and if you put in for a category and they select you for one, they may offer a different category. We think your book would better fit here. So understand, they're looking at your book. There's no minimum review requirements. There's none of that, but they're looking at your book. I put in an omnibus that was still in Kindle Unlimited, and it was selected for a worldwide featured deal. And at the time, I think it had 2 reviews, but the books leading up to it had hundreds and hundreds of reviews. So the 3 books contained in separately had hundreds and hundreds of reviews, and they selected it even though it had only 2 reviews at the time. They did a great job with the blurb. It went out there, and it sold really well, and I still have a monster tail from the page reads. So going well, and that was a Kindle Unlimited. However, when I talked to BookBub about selecting books that are in KU, what they said is that their readership has been cultivated over a lot of years, and the section of their list that does not buy off Amazon, because you can select from BookBub, oh, I'll buy Amazon, I buy Kobo, I buy Barnes & Noble. So that's parsed, and instead of being able to send to their whole list, they have to send to a subsection of the list, and they don't send then to, like my book that they included, Kindle Unlimited, so all Amazon people on their list, which is big, but it's not everybody. The other people on their list don't get anything. They don't get an email that day. So this is BookBub not servicing their readership, so they don't do very many of those. So that's why, yes, you can get it, but it's harder to get because they're trying to service all of the readers on their list. So that's why wide is easier to get, wide, if you are on all platforms. But if you're exclusive, you can still get it. Just understand that you're competing against BookBub, who is trying to service all their readers. They want to keep those lists huge, millions. There are a million names on those lists. I think the thriller was 3 to 10 million or something on the list. I mean, it's an insane number. So yes, you do want to send a sale to that many people. Value has value. And this is where omnibus editions have a bigger opportunity to get selected, because it's, hey, here's 3 books for 99 cents. And those have gone well. A single book for $2.99, that seems to be the TradPub, where TradPub is trying to take their BookBub featured deals. They are getting them. But I got an international deal once on a book, and it's like, this is a pretty good book. It's wide. It should be good. Well, on the day that mine ran, the U.S. featured deal was Dune. This is who you're competing against. So understand that this is significant competition because they only send out 1 book in 1 genre to the readership each day. So it's January, there are 31 slots, period. That's it, no more. And you've got Dune in there. You've got, I saw Ursula K. Le Guin had a book this month and things like that. So competition. Now, if you're KU, you're competing against Dune and the wide books, which they'll select, I don't know, 25, 26. I'm making up that number. Just understand, you can get it. And also, the way they look is each week they look at them fresh. You can submit each book once every 30 days. So if you get rejected, just put a note to yourself, hey, resubmit in 30 days. And they can't pick it if it's not available. So you gotta drop it to them. And that means like if you only have one book, then keep trying. Every 30 days, you submit that book. If you have 30 books, you can submit a book. Every time you get a rejection, you submit a new book. But while you've got a book pending, you probably ought to wait. So you might submit 4 or 5 books a month, or 10 books if you get rejected quickly. Never a good thing, but if you get rejected, whatever. But value, BookBub is looking for discounts. So if your book is normally $4.99, you discount it to 99 cents at 80% off. That's what they're looking for, that delta. If you have a book that's perma-free, they will accept those. Hey, it's free, so they put it out there. And they limit how many free books they put each day as well. So every time you submit, there's a subset of a subset that you're dealing with. If you're wide and 99 cents, then you're probably going to access the biggest part of their readership, which gives you the greatest chance to get selected. So they value it every day afresh. So if you submitted your book and got rejected, they aren't going to look at that book over the next 21 days. What they're looking at is, in total, what is their readership looking for? So they're trying to satisfy the readership at that point in time. Everything is about this point in time. Price points: free 99 cents, $1.99. I've seen a fair number of $1.99 books, and $2.99. The fewer clicks as prices increase, however, your revenue goes up. And can you do a countdown deal? I've seen people get that they've had countdown deals for US and UK and were able to change the price elsewhere. So it went through, but that is the unicorn. Generally, the answer is Amazon tells you no, you're not getting a countdown deal and trying to price it at 99 cents in India and Australia and Canada. So don't expect that. Of course, try, but don't expect it, because if you do a countdown deal and then change the price, when it goes through, Amazon will change your countdown deal to a normal price and you'll get 35% and not 70%. So that's how that works. But getting the featured deal, you have to put it out there. I was rejected 68 times before I got my first one. But every time you get one, you're gaining readers. You're making some money. I know of very few people who have not gotten their money back. And what BookBub does, if you exceed what their expected sales are for that book, then they kind of bump you up in priority. So next time you apply, it's like, this person's books sell more than the norm, or sell at the norm. But if they're selling way below the norm, then it makes it even harder the next time, because, hey, your books aren't resonating with their readers, and they are all about servicing their readership. So that's why one book a day. They don't go beyond that. On occasion, sometimes I have seen where they put 2 books in one category, but that's some glitch earlier, and they're rerunning a book or doing something different. But generally, just 1 book a day, and that's your competition. It's going to be traditionally published books who are throwing money at campaigns, and it's name recognition, it's title recognition. But they'll give you a chance. The readers will give you a chance. You'll sell hundreds of books at 99 cents. You might sell 1,000, 2,000 free. You might download 50,000 nowadays. Will they read through? Still, you've got the subset of a subset on if people are download 50,000. Well, 1% of that still is a pretty big number. But how many are actually reading it? And this is going to be the challenge if you price it free. I'm not a fan of free for a BookBub featured deal, but I will do 99 cents. All right. I know there's a lot of questions, because getting a BookBub feature deal, try again. They're looking for good books. They're looking for the best books. If your cover is substandard in the genre, you probably aren't going to get picked, because BookBub, they're going to look at it and say, yeah, this isn't going to turn on our readership when we put it in front of them. They'll redo your blurb, so if your blurb sucks, well, they'll redo it, but still, if a reader will click over, so your product page needs to be better. Needs to be better than the average. The cover needs to be better than the average. And then you'll improve your chances of getting one. All right. Peace, fellow humans.